Hey guys, it's me, Stefan from the Hypermanic Entrepreneur. So in this video, I wanted to talk a bit about how can you leverage your 9 to 5 for your future. So I think this video is especially something that a lot of people from if you are from MoneyX and you have a 9 to 5, or you're considering going into a 9 to 5 temporarily in order to earn money for some future goal or something, then this video is meant for you. Uh, so before I get into this, I just want to go into a bit of the details of okay, what kind of my situation, my experience is with this, so that you get a better understanding of where I'm coming from here. So basically now I've uh, I've mentioned this in previous video, but I want to go through it again here. So from the 1st of February, now it's almost 2 weeks ago, I reduced my position from in an electricity company as a power derivatives controller from 100% position, that is 37.5 hours a week, to um, to 60%. That means that I went from working about 7.5 hours a day to working 4.5 hours a day, to focus more of my time on my own business. I launched my LLC consulting startup in December, and I wrote kind of a contract with myself saying, okay, I'm going to work 80% for my own company, so that I work 60% in the 9 to 5 and 80% in my own company, and that means I have more time for myself to work on my um, my own goals, my own business, my own future, in a sense, in addition to having that 9 to 5 to keep building experience, to contribute to them, and also have another income source to build the business with from that. So that kind of allowed me to both continue uh, working there and giving me more time to start for myself. So yeah, that's kind of the position I'm coming from here, and that's after a year I worked there full time and worked a lot on standardization, automation, and a lot of these things made it possible for me to reduce my position down to 60%, because that wouldn't be possible for me technically in the beginning, because there was a lot of manual work involved, a lot of repetition work. So I used a lot of time coding, it's setting up stuff that made things go more automatic, smoothly, and slowly but surely I made it uh, kind of automatic. So I transformed the role so that it became more analytical, more developmental, so that at this point I can do that work, or it's a lot of it's a bit different work now at 60% that I previously had to do at 100%, because now I can focus on the actual fun part, which is um, developing, controlling, doing analyses, and all of these things that are more focused on the creative function. And kind of this is what also made it possible for me to to start my own business, and what inspired me to start this, because I saw what worked in this company I worked for and wanted to apply that there. So that's kind of the baseline for what I want to get at here. How can you use your 9 to 5 to your advantage? So here I want to start off with saying you need to start with a goal, right? You need to start with, okay, what are you actually trying to achieve? You have to act with intention. You have to have some end in mind, or you're not going to get there, right? You need to kind of uh, make kind of program your brain towards a certain vision of the future. And if you don't know what that is, you're very likely not going to get there. So first you have to find out, okay, what are you going to do? Are you going to start your own business? Are you going to aim for an executive role at your 9 to 5, or uh, another business? Are you going to, like, what are you actually aiming for? Are you aiming to yeah, start an agency, or do a one person business and kind of be like, I don't know, be an influencer? I don't know. Uh, Whatever you want, you have to keep it in mind. Okay, what are you actually trying to achieve, so that you can actually start acting with intention. When you first have that why, your vision of the future, you can start acting with intention. And then you can see, okay, how does the 9 to 5 play into that? Are you now in a 9 to 5 and kind of see that uh, you don't like the 9 to 5, you don't feel like you're getting anywhere with this 9 to 5, you feel kind of locked into position with this 9 to 5. Okay, then you need to start thinking about figuring out how can you get in a better situation, because it might not or it might not be that you completely need to quit the job entirely. It might be that you need to reframe how you think about the 9 to 5, and what the opportunities are for making your position in the company better, taking better advantage of the networking opportunities you have within the company, of the position you actually have, of the developmental opportunities. How can you learn more things about the field you're working in to transform the role you're working in, so that it can actually be a role that you enjoy more doing, if the people there, if your supervisor uh, are open to that kind of more transformative and experimental thinking, which fortunately it was possible for me in my situation. But yeah, uh, that's what I would advise you to start thinking about. How, okay, now that you have your vision, you need to start thinking, how can you act with intention? How can you kind of make a plan, a strategy towards getting there based on your situation? Okay, you have bills to pay, you have responsibilities, you have to be careful with the risks involved. How can you be strategic and make sure that you're taking the right steps towards this goal without risking more than you're willing, so to speak? And some risk is probably necessary, especially if your goal is to start a business. Eventually, you'll have to come to the point where you're gonna take higher risks, but you're gonna want to find out how to make the right kind of uh, yeah, the most reward for least risks, so to speak. You act with intention. You have to see, okay, what are the alternatives, what are the right path, and some risk you'll have to take, but you'll have to find the paths where with the risk you're willing to take towards that. And with enough persistence, with enough effort, you'll eventually get where you're going. As long as you keep in mind your goal at all time, act with intention, and you're working towards that. So yeah, that's a general framework I would say is a great starting point for leveraging your 9 to 5 to your advantage. Again, the exact specifics depend on your situation, which 9 to 5 you're in, what goals you're in, what situation you're in personally, financially, career-wise, and so on. But find ways to leverage your situation, leverage your skills, build yourself, build your skills, build your knowledge, build your network, and eventually, the more you do that, the more the opportunities will unfold and unravel. And remember, never forget this: the work you do today, you won't see the results of until a few months after. So always keep going. Think about, okay, what person are you becoming? What situation are you creating for yourself through your hard work? And you need to work hard, but you also need to work smart, right? If you're working 10 hours a day as a dishwasher, probably not the best in the long term, unless you're thinking about how to get in a better situation, right? How you're working to get out of that situation to a more advantaged situation. So that's all I have to say for today. I hope this has been helpful, and I will see you all very, very soon. Peace.